before the window closes here at the end of the month. Our office can put that together if that's something the board wants to proceed with. The other option that I see is to scale back our phase 2 project, to utilize the money that we already have, the $71,000, and trim some of the line items from the budget and do a reduced scope project for phase 2 right now with the money that we already have. So to make that happen, the township would still have to match the 15% of the grant award, which is that DCED requirement. So
What would be trimming off of that?
well, that's something we can talk about. I included this packet, this PowerPoint presentation that Harshman put together back in 2020, which has all the line items in there. We could make some decisions as to what we want to keep in the project and what we want to get rid of.
Maybe take out some trees and keep the playground equipment?
Yeah, we could select some playground equipment, we could do the swing sets, we could, we could look at reducing the scope. And
it could grow from there. It's not like we'd be abandoning it, but it could get us started.
correct, could be a start. So those are effectively the two options that I see at this point to move the project along. I did bring, now if we wanted to do a grant application, which is the board's decision, I did prepare the resolution paperwork that we would need to pass a resolution tonight to make the application in time by the end of the month. We don't have another meeting before the end of the month, so we would need to take action tonight. But
Does the resolution in your packet?
no, I have copies here, Dennis. I didn't make a copy for everybody, but it's just
What does the resolution say? Is it short?
There's also
Yeah,
a
it's
washing
short.
machine next to it. So if
I have it here somewhere. Here it is.
we
Can I see
decide,
it?
Yeah.
we would decide to do the resolution, would that delay the playground equipment per se? I mean,
That's a good question.
in my mind, just myself, I'm debating whether or not to get Elrama Park playground equipment, reduce some of the tree scoping and stuff, work on that at a later date, or do we shoot for the stars? If we don't get that grant, then we downsize at that point. But I don't wanna go another 3 years without playground equipment, don't I?
Well, realistically, we could do some work now with the money that we
That's what I'm
currently have.
asking, would doing this resolution delay starting at least the playground equipment?
Not with the funding that we currently have. No,
Okay.
I don't believe so. Because it would be it would essentially be a phase 2A, which would be,
We could,
we could differentiate between the two and
we could
start on
figure
work
out how
now.
to get some
Yes.
playground equipment, get some hard surface walkways for the ADA. We could get, and we'd be canceling out maybe the type of, the type of,
Yeah, there's like a rubber
surface,
mold.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe could be reduced to something else for now.
Poured rubber surface is one of the big items on there. Yeah. Yeah, we can, we could phase it such that we start on it now.
Part of
waiting
my
on it.
consideration, like if shooting for the stars is gonna keep us out of playground equipment another couple of years.
I could see passing the resolution to try and go for it, to move ahead with what we
That's what I'm saying,
already
as
have
long as we
on there.
can, as long as we can, I can make a
Hybrid.
coffee for everybody with a coffee machine if it's not
Well,
stable.
it's pretty simple.
You're not gonna lose anything, PJ.
No, we're
If you
not, I
apply
mean,
for the additional funding and use the funding you currently have, and if there's some adverse effect on our receiving funding, you still move forward with what you have.
Completely agree, yeah, yeah.
So is it,
everybody,
and the objection says, does the township wanna make a motion to approve the resolution to authorize an application?
do we first have to make a motion that
Well, it's on, it's engineered, let's, if someone wants to make a motion to add to the agenda, the consideration of a resolution to submit a grant $102,974.00, dollar sign front. 102,974.00. From the Commonwealth, just with CFA, Commonwealth Finance. Commonwealth Finance. So, does someone make a motion to add that to the agenda?
I'll move, Mr. Maker.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait, 1 second. You're right. Any questions from the public?
Is there any, since we've added something to the agenda, we're going to reopen our public comment, but only for this agenda item. Is there anybody from the audience that wishes to comment on the resolution for applying for funding for Elrama Park? No? Okay, good. So, roll call? Or did any board members have anything? No? Okay, then roll call.
Just all in favor, say aye.
Aye. See, I'm not used to the new way yet.
No, that's,
I do like the new way, but I'm not used to it.
ma'am, you have a question?
Dennis, I didn't realize if my husband Herb said he was supposed to go up to the podium.
All right, Mr.
regarding-
Sagi, I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs.
I
Sagi.
did see Mr. Sagi
Is that
sign
who-
the
that's
thing, did
the-
you skip one?
Yes.
Is it on there? I don't see Sagi.
I
No,
saw him come
I
up.
just thought that would be on the, agenda of his business,
I don't see it on there.
TJ's
Oh,
business
okay,
report.
maybe he was
We
just picking
did-
up an agenda.
All
Did
right,
you ask Mr. Sagi to come, or did you?
Yeah, I mean,
well, let's do one thing at a time, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we added that to the agenda, then now you wanna make a motion to
Would you like to
adopt
make
the
a motion?
resolution requesting grant money from the CFA for 102,974.00.
I'll make that motion.
Application makes sense.
Make an application for grant for
Right.
102,009, I say numbers, but it's easy for them to take that
So
down.
we have a motion from Mr. Wilson, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second from Mr. Spar. Is there any discussion else that needs to be discussed? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
alright, so just, we'll put that application in.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, you wanna that issue's done in terms of that. Sagi's here right now.
Yeah.
Now, I think, a while back, I sent somebody an email, maybe you or somebody, saying there is possible grant money. This is concerning the Sagis about the sewage. So I sent an email to the township a number of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about possible grants or whatever, opportunities for the Sagis. I thought I sent you that. Did I send you something on that?
Yep.
Are they eligible for that grant, you think?
Yeah, I think depending on the scope of work, yes. Yeah. So as I understand it, the Sagi situation, they have, a malfunctioning on-lot system, right? So they have essentially two options. First being to figure out a way to connect their residents to the public sewer system, or to, work on their own to repair and repair or replace their on-lot system. So I've had a couple phone calls with the Sagis since then. Harold and I were out there to take a quick look at their property with them, with Herb. It does appear as if there's a West Elizabeth sanitary manhole, or it does appear as if there's a connection point there on Pumpkin Center, not overly far away from where their private drive connects to Pumpkin Center Road. So, where we left things after the last conversation was I recommended that they come before the township supervisors and discuss what it would look like to connect a grinder pump and a pressure lateral to the sewer system that the township owns and maintains there, coming up from Elrama and onto Pumpkin Center Road. So, is my understanding correct? Is that still the preferred method to proceed with connecting to the public system?
If it's possible.
Yeah. So,
Is it possible?
yeah, I mean, Technically, yeah. Financially, it's gonna be,
What would you guess?
it's 1,000 feet of pipe and a grinder pump.
4,000?
Roughly what do you think? About 1,000 feet to come all the way down Doe Lane, which I believe is their private drive.
15, 20,000?
Yes, it's not gonna be inexpensive.
690 feet.
I was just
Okay,
using
$600.
$50, I was using $50 a linear foot, does that sound about right?
Yeah, and then, there'd be costs associated with the grinder pump, the wet well,
That's
and
about 5,000.
maintaining that.
Tapping it in.
Tapping it in, doing a planning module, tapping it in.
So,
Um,
Ms. Segi, I know you came by my business. I wanted to let you know that Mr. Kuzma's office is here tomorrow morning. And I did make him aware of your, what was going on with your property and that you need help to try to apply for some sort of funding, block grant, block funding, something. So he's here tomorrow morning.
We're at our hearing tomorrow morning, so
Oh,
we'll see.
shoot.
You have a hearing on your case tomorrow?
Yes.
Maybe,
What time is your hearing?
9:30.
9:30.
What time does he open up? 9 o'clock?
I
think
don't-
nine.
Does anyone in the township have any objection to my requesting a continuance for another 90 days?
The Segis are, they're being,
Parish,
the hearing's about the violation.
Mr. Spar, do you have any objection if I ask for continuance for 90 days?
No.
Great.
No, I don't have any objection.
I'll call tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to see, get a continuance for 90 days. Okay? I don't wanna go up there, but I'll call the district
But
judge.
we still have to be there, be present, correct?
I'd still be present,
Yes.
just in case, but
Yes.
what I'll do tomorrow morning, I will call and send an email saying the township has authorized my office to request a continuance for 90 days. Was 90 days sufficient enough, or should I ask for more?
I think it's a good start, yeah. The reason I requested that they come to the meeting tonight was so we could talk about this as a group. If it's acceptable with you all, if you want us to get involved, we can certainly help them with the steps that would be involved with connecting to the public system. There's standard details, there's a procedure, there's steps that would be followed. I just didn't want to, I wanted to talk to the board first before I
I didn't realize they had a hearing tomorrow.
I didn't know that either.
proceeded.
It's a good thing you came.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll get ahold of Mr. Mallory.
All right, and if it's all right with everybody, I'll look into the procedure for connecting to the system and communicate back to the state.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Anything else?
Anything else from our engineers report? We could go back to the meeting.
Sorry.